Last week, we told you about the history of Glenwood Springs and one of its most famous features, Hotel Colorado. There have been hundreds of reports of paranormal activities or experiences. Our Tim Schuman talked with the hotel's manager to find out the stories that float through the halls the most.
I believe that if you want to see something, you're going to see something.
Hotel Colorado has been serving Glenwood Springs since the late 1800s. Its lavish halls and rich history aren't the only things making this hotel nationally famous. For decades, guests have reported paranormal experiences ranging from sights to sounds and sensations. Could some of these experiences stem from the World War II era when the hotel served as a naval hospital?
Housekeeping area now used to be the morgue back when they were here. So that's where we get a lot of kind of weird stories.
Assistant General Manager Kaylin Radden tells me workers still report sightings and feelings to this day. One room downstairs draws a lot of attention because of the gated door guarding it. Caitlin says it has nothing to do with paranormal activity.
It's just one of the storage areas downstairs that we haven't quite renovated yet. You know, it's been kind of a slow process down there.
Let's explore some of the main stories roaming these historic halls.
Up on the 4th floor, there's a girl in Victorian school dress, and she's bouncing a red ball because supposedly she went off the 4th floor balcony and fell to her death.
There has been young children playing with this young girl that runs around.
General Manager Larry McDonald tells me the little girl is often seen in the summer months playing in the courtyard at night, along within the halls.
So people will talk about hearing like a ball bouncing outside their door. The other one is that there was a love triangle that was going on here. And there was a woman who ended up killing her husband for cheating on her. So now supposedly when men are sleeping, they will see like a woman like floating above their bed to be like that woman who's coming back for revenge on her husband.
And one of the most striking reported encounters comes from the early 2000s, the wallpaper room.
It was during a time frame when the hotel was being renovated.
And that's supposedly where when they were redoing the room back in the day, they hung up new wallpaper on there. And every morning that they would come back in, the wallpaper was just gone.
Finally, one of the workers put a collection of wallpaper on the bed, and when they came in the next day, there was one series of wallpaper. That's the wallpaper they put up, and the wallpaper stayed after that.
The other one is like cigar smoke. People smell that all over the hotel, supposedly.
But what about nowadays? Are there still first-hand accounts?
I've had the tumblers on my safe in my office turn by themselves. I've had my telephone ring and nobody there, but I've never had a negative interaction or somebody brush up against me.
I've never really felt anything. I've never really felt followed or anything like that, and I've spent many nights here.
It's a magical hotel, and it's a magical place, and there's a lot of other things to experience when you're here.
He tells me experiences nowadays are few and far between for most people, but I put that to the test with a group of paranormal investigators a week ago. Stay tuned to find out what we found. KREX5, I'm Tim Schuman.
As we